So, we've all got this one big question, right? How does our brain age? But I want you to forget everything you think you know about it being this inevitable downhill slide. Because the story of how our minds age has taken this fascinating and honestly, a surprisingly optimistic turn. Let's get into it. Okay, let's just kick things off with a statement that should completely reframe how you think about this. This is from the International Monetary Fund. And it suggests that over the last couple of decades, we've made this massive leap forward in our cognitive health. So, what does that actually mean for us? It means a 17-year cognitive gain. And just stop and think about that for a second. The average 70-year-old walking around today has the same brain power that a person in their early 50s had just a generation ago. This isn't just about living longer, it's about staying sharper for way longer. And this new reality really forces us to make a crucial distinction. Yeah, it's all about the difference between lifespan and health span. Lifespan, that's easy. It's just the number of years you're alive. The health span, that's the good stuff. That's how many of those years you're living in good health with vitality and free from disease. Right now, globally, there's almost a 10-year gap between the two. And our goal should be to close that gap. To do that, we first have to understand what's actually happening deep down inside ourselves. So, what is the biological blueprint for aging? Why do our cells, and especially our brain cells, start to lose their edge over time? Well, the science on this has absolutely exploded, and it really all comes down to a set of core principles. Scientists have a name for this: the hallmarks of aging. The best way to think about these is as the 12 root causes of why we get older. They're not just symptoms, they are the fundamental gears turning behind the scenes. And when we're talking about the brain, four of these are absolutely critical. And what's brilliant here is how simple these really complex ideas can be. First, you get this buildup of protein garbage. It's like a garbage disposal and your cells breaks down and that junk piles up, which is a huge factor in diseases like Alzheimer's. Second, your energy factories, your mitochondria, they start to fail, creating an energy crisis. Third, you get what are called zombie cells, and yes, that's a real term. They're old cells that should die but don't, and they just hang around, causing inflammation. And that leads to the fourth one: a slow burn of chronic inflammation across your whole system. Now, I know this might sound a little grim, but here's the good news. There is real world proof that we can fight back. So let's move from the lab into the real world for a minute. We can find incredible crews in communities where people are already living these exceptionally long, healthy lives, and we call these places the blue zones. These are these incredible pockets around the globe where hitting 100 years old isn't some crazy fluke. It's kind of normal. From the mountains of Sardinia, Italy, to Okinawa in Japan, and even a community right in California. And what's so wild is that even though they're scattered all over the world, they all share this common set of lifestyle principles. Researchers managed to distill their habits into what they call the Power Nine. And just look at this list. There's no magic bullet. It's not about killing yourself in a gym. It's about moving naturally. It's not just about what they eat, which is mostly plants, but how they eat, like stopping when they're about 80% full. And so much of it is about purpose, managing stress, and having deep, meaningful social connections. This is the proof that we have so much power to influence how we age. Okay, so how can we actually apply all these lessons? This brings us to the most important part: your personal cognitive toolkit. These are the practical, science backed strategies you can start using right now to build a stronger, more resilient brain for life. It all starts with fuel. It really does. The evidence couldn't be clearer. Foods you see in the blue zones, things like beans, healthy fats from olive oil and fish, and all those colorful plants, they are powerfully pro cognition. And on the flip side, we know that processed sugars and refined carbs just accelerate aging. The bottom line is what you put on your plate has a direct, immediate impact on the health of your brain cells. Next up, movement. And modern longevity science actually gives us a pretty specific recipe. About half your time should be in what's called zone 2 cardio. That's basically steady exercise where you can still hold a conversation. Then you mix in strength training, a little bit high intensity stuff, and of course, work on stability. So, why this very specific mix? Well, because each pillar targets a different one of those hallmarks of aging we just talked about. Zone 2 cardio, it's the absolute best for making your cellular power plants, your mitochondria, more efficient. Strength training is non negotiable for fighting off age related muscle loss. HIIT is just a fantastic tool for boosting your overall cardiovascular fitness. And stability work, That just keeps you safe and mobile, preventing the kinds of injuries that can really set you back. And finally, let's be honest, none of this other stuff works without a solid foundation of sleep and stress management. Your brain literally does its cleaning and repair work while you sleep. And a protocol here is simple, but it is so powerful. Keep a consistent schedule. Get bright light in the morning, but block that blue light at night. Keep your room cool, dark, and quiet. And find ways to actively manage your stress hormone, cortisol, with things like breath work or just journaling. So, everything we just talked about is our most powerful tool today. But the future of healthy aging, well, it is so incredibly exciting. Science is right on the edge of some major breakthroughs that could directly target those hallmarks of aging we discussed. We're already seeing the rise of hyper personalized health plans driven by AI. We've got drugs called Senolytics in clinical trials that could literally hunt down and eliminate those zombie cells. How cool is that? Researchers are even developing therapies to basically reset a cell's biological age. And AI is allowing us to predict diseases years before symptoms even show up. The future is all about being proactive, not reactive. So we end right where we started. The evidence is clear. We're not just living longer, we have the potential to live better and sharper than any generation in human history. The science gives us the blueprint, and our lifestyle choices give us the tools. So the final question isn't for me, it's for you. With the gift of all this extra health span, what are you going to do with it?